My son Alfie has a very severe epileptic condition called PCDH19. It consists of clustering of seizures, mild to severe learning delay and behaviour problems, and the only medication that he's responsive to is intravenous steroids, which are extremely dangerous. He started having seizures at 8 months old, and then he had clusters every 8 months until he was 4, and then at 4 it was every 3 weeks, and then at 5 it was every week. So by the age of 5 he was in hospital every week having intravenous steroids to abort his seizures. So he had no quality of life at all. He was either in hospital suffering a lot, or he was at home suffering very severe side effects from the medication and the seizures. We were being told by his doctors that if his epilepsy didn't kill him, the steroids would, because they can cause organ failure and psychosis. So we were just desperate, and medical cannabis just kept coming up. We decided in September 2017, after we found a paediatric neurologist, to travel to Holland to use medical cannabis with our child. And it's not short of a miracle. What happened to him is that his seizures pretty much stopped. He was going from every week, I mean, to put it into context, we were in hospital 48 times in 1 year before we went to Holland. We did this with all the support of our doctors in the UK, our MP. We wanted to do everything legally, so we went to Holland. We used full extract CBD with THC, and he went 17 days, then he went 27 days, then he went 41 days. So he kept getting better and better over the months as we were there. And I basically wanted him to have that medication in the UK. So that's when we came home. We started a big campaign in the media. Last February we started that after 5 months of being in Holland, when we had all the evidence we needed to show that this medication was the thing that Alfie needed to stop his seizures. And after a 4-month campaign, Alfie was issued the first permanent medical cannabis licence in the UK. Alfie was in hospital every week. He would always cluster in the night, so we were being woken up at 2, 3 in the morning, him having a screaming tonic-clonic seizure. I was very traumatised, so was my partner. We also had a daughter who was 3 at the time. We were functioning, but we didn't have any quality of life. None of us did. And what medical cannabis has done has given Alfie quality of life, and therefore given me, my partner and my daughter quality of life. It's not a cure, you know, it's really important. He will always have severe epilepsy. He still has seizures, but they're manageable. And what cannabis does is reduce the impact of the seizures, so he recovers quicker. He's cognitively doing really well, even when he does have some seizures. So, you know, it's about giving the best quality of life to someone who has a very severe condition like epilepsy. Everyone who wants to use medical cannabis should understand what it is, they should understand what they're doing, but they should never be fearful of it, because it can change your life. It's changed our lives. So I would urge everyone not to be frightened, but to really understand what they're doing, educate themselves and move forward. And I think that there is going to be a lot of change needed in the mindset of people, but it will happen. And I've always said this to people that I talk to, medical cannabis will happen in the UK. You either embrace it or you push it away, and I think people should just embrace it. In the future, I'd like to see medical cannabis being a mainstream treatment in the doctor's tool bag. At the moment, we have a lot of fear-driven information in the media. I think that the way we counter that is through education and expertise. The medical cannabis clinics have been created to provide access to people where access is not available at the moment, which is very sad. It's a really important move in the right direction. I'd like medical cannabis to be seen as any other medication, any other lifestyle choice, what keeps you well in your life. And I think at the moment it's not there, but it will be if we have initiatives like this and we educate people. We need to educate doctors, we need to educate patients, we need to educate parents, so people understand, and they're not driven through fear, they're driven through being empowered and understanding what cannabis can do.